Hello students, now we will discuss incomplete dominance. अभी हम incomplete dominance discuss करेंगे, which is actually deviation from Mendel's law. और Mendel's law कैसे deviate करता है इसको हम study करेंगे इसमें. So incomplete dominance example is very important. So example of incomplete dominance can be studied in case of flower color, inheritance of flower color in a plant called dog flower or snapdragon. So the example of incomplete inheritance is seen in or observed in the process of incomplete dominance can be observed in inheritance of flower color. It is a character. जैसे पी प्लांट में स्टेम की हाइट एक स्पेसिफिक कैरेक्टर थी. Likewise, the flower color in dog flower. Dog flower is the name of a plant, or it is also called as snapdragon. Snapdragon, or scientific name is antirrhinum. Antirrhinum species. So in dog flower there are two types of flower are found mainly, which is red, which is a dominant character, and white, which is a recessive trait of flower color. But in heterozygous condition, pink flowers are also formed. So total 3 types of flower colors are found in case of snapdragon. Snapdragon के plants में 3 types of flowers मिलते हैं, of which red and white are the pure line flowers or the homozygous trait. So जब भी इनके रेशियोज को समझने के लिए we have to cross a male plant with a female plant having homozygous trait. So our red flower colored plant, a red plant is crossed with a plant having white flower. Red flower plant और white flower plant को क्रॉस करते हैं. So red flower plant can be represent, इसको रिप्रेजेंट करने का तरीका with capital R and capital R, and this is the recessive trait, so it is represented with small r and small r. Suppose this is our male plant and this is the female plant. After cross, first of all, during reproduction, gametes will be formed, RR, and here small r, by the process of meiosis. In this case, after fusion or fertilization, there is probability of 4 genotypes in F1 generation. So F1 generation में हम देखते हैं with the help of Punnett square how many offsprings are formed. So above we represent the female gamete and here we represent the male gamete. It is a male gamete and it is the female gamete. After cross, there will be heterozygous condition. Capital R, small r, capital R, small r, capital R, small r, capital R, small r. But experimentally, when a red flower plant is crossed with a white flower plant, all the plants produced in F1 generation, this is F1 generation plants, are not red. According to Mendel's law of dominance, all these plants should be red. But in case of snapdragon, all these plants are pink. These are pink color, which is different from both their parents. It is neither red nor white, but an intermediate character is present in case of the F1 generation plants, which are heterozygous in nature. And it is actually an intermediate color of red and white. When we mix red and white, we get a pink color. So scientists were thought that this has happened only due to incomplete dominance, means the red is not fully expressed, or the white color is not fully repressed, due to which a new intermediate color pink has been formed. So this is called as law of incomplete dominance, means the red color is not completely dominating the recessive trait, and an intermediate variety is formed, which is pink color, so this is the example of incomplete dominance. So इसमें अगर हम रेशियो की बात करेंगे तो F1 generation, the ratio will not going to change. It will be for F1 generation, genotypic ratio, which in short genotypic ratio will be 4:0, and phenotypes all are pink, so it is also 4:0. Now the result is going to vary in F2 generation. Remember that this is a case of monohybrid cross. So what happens in F2 generation? So let us discuss. In F2 generation, the plants of F2 generation can be obtained by the selfing of any two plants of the F1 generation. तो हम क्या करेंगे? F1 जनरेशन के दो प्लांट्स की क्रॉस कराएंगे. Suppose this is a plants, capital R, small r, capital R, small r. These are the plants of F1 generation. This is a male plant and it is a female plant. The same process will repeat. The crossing takes place. After meiosis, the gametes will be formed, capital R, small r. Here also the gametes will be formed, capital R, small r. And when this gamete will be formed, they are going to fertilize to form the offsprings. So here it is the capital R, small r, capital R, small r. So the genotype of offsprings in F2 generation is going to be capital R, capital R, capital R, small r, capital R, small r, small r. So the genotypic ratio will be 1:2:1. So in case of F2 generation, genotypic ratio ZR, one plant having both dominant genotypes, so this is 1. Two plants having heterozygous genotype, and one plants with homozygous recessive genotype. So this is the genotypic ratio. Then what will be the phenotype? So this plant, capital R, capital R, it is going to be red. This plant will be red. These intermediate plants will be pink. And this will be white. So all the three phenotypes will appear in case of F2 generation, and their ratio will be 1 red, 2 pink, and 1 white. So what we see in case of incomplete dominance, that in F2 generation the genotypic ratio and phenotypic ratio remains the same, becomes the same, 1:2:1, 1:2:1. So this is the example of incomplete dominance. Why does scientists, after this result, scientists gave probable reasons for this result, and they told that this has happened only because the red color is not a completely dominant over white color. So it is not a case of dominance, complete dominance, but it is the case of incomplete dominance, which shows variation from the Mendel's law. Mendel's law में ये रेशियो क्या होना चाहिए? 3:1, but here this ratio has become 1:2:1, which is deviation from Mendel's law, and it is a single example. Snapdragon or dog flower. In dog flower, this condition is found, but it is obviously a deviation or variation from Mendel's law, so it is important. And in examinations, these ratios are frequently asked. Genotypic and phenotypic ratios in case of incomplete dominance are directly asked in examination. So this is very important regarding your NEET examination. अब हम डिस्कस करेंगे co-dominance, which is also a deviation from Mendel's law of inheritance or Mendelian genetics. It is under post-Mendelian. Co means both. So it is very clear from the term that in case of co-dominance, both the alleles are going to express separately. So it is co-dominance. So the process of co-dominance can be understood only with the help of certain examples. So इसमें जो कुछ important examples आते हैं, these are a first and very important example is in case of blood group, alleles of blood group. In blood group AB. AB ब्लड ग्रुप के केस में हमें को-डोमिनेंस एग्जांपल मिलता है. Also, the example of co-dominance is also found in the starch size of starch grain in wheat. जो wheat में starch की grain की size होती है, its size is also the inheritance of size of starch grain in wheat is also an example of co-dominance. So, size of a starch grain, size of a starch grain in wheat. And number 3, a very important example. Inheritance of skin color or coat color of cattle, like cow. In certain cow, we see that black and white patches are found in the cow, and it is also the coat color in cattle. यहाँ भी हमें cattle या cow. In all these 3 examples, we can study the co-dominance. So first of all, we discuss the blood group. So in blood group, we know that blood group is also an example of multiple allelism. In human beings, The blood group is determined by 3 alleles. So blood group के लिए 3 alleles हैं, IA, IB and I recessive और I zero. इसको I recessive कहते हैं और I zero. So these are the 3 types of alleles. These are alleles. From these 3 alleles, various combinations can be formed, taking 2 alleles at a time, and that will give the different blood color. For example, IA और IA एक साथ हम लेंगे, IA I0, it can be also written as I0 or a small I. So IA I0, IB, 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 I0, IA, IB and I0. So in first case the blood group is A, second case also blood group is A, third case the blood group is B, fourth case blood group is B, fifth case blood group is AB and sixth case blood group is O. So this is actually the inheritance of blood group in human beings. When the both dominant alleles are present, it is A. Or when one thing more, of these 3 alleles, IA and IB are considered as dominant allele, and this is a recessive allele. So this is the story of inheritance of blood color, blood group. In case of AB blood group, and in all these blood groups, I, A and B are actually represent a carbohydrate. इस ब्लड ग्रुप में ए और बी क्या रिप्रेजेंट करते हैं? दे रिप्रेजेंट अ कार्बोहाइड्रेट विच इज गोइंग टू बी एक्सप्रेस्ड ऑन द मेम्ब्रेन ऑफ आरबीसी मेम्ब्रेन. सो ये एक तरह के कार्बोहाइड्रेट को रिप्रेजेंट कर सकते हैं. इन केस ऑफ आईबी, व्हेन द बोथ द जीन्स आर dominant genes are present, IA and IB, so here both the genes get expressed. Means RBC के membrane पे A carbohydrate is also found and B carbohydrate is also found. So both the genes get expressed. So it is a case of co-dominance. Means both allele, that is IA and IB are get expressed. So this is an example of co-dominance. इसीलिए हम इसको co-dominance कहते हैं. Second example, हम wheat size of starch grain की बात करें. So in case of wheat, 3 sizes of starch grains, जो starch होते हैं वो different sizes के present होते हैं. So in wheat plant, 3 sizes are present. One is very large size starch grain, a very small size starch grain, and an intermediate size starch grain is also found. So of which जो larger grains होते हैं, which is a dominant character, and a smaller size होती है, which is recessive character. So इसमें large size grain को large size grain which cross with a small size grain. सपोज हम लार्ज साइज ग्रेन को कैपिटल बी से रिप्रेजेंट करें, then the small size grain will be small. And F1, after this fertilization, after this mating or reproduction, the plants which will be produced in first generation will all be intermediate size grains. मीन्स इसमें क्या होगी, ग्रेन की साइज इंटरमीडिएट होगी. इसको हम डायरेक्टली फर्टिलाइज करा रहे हैं, फर्टिलाइजेशन. So all the grains or the seeds produced in F1 generation will be of intermediate size. Intermediate size. Starch. So हमने देखा कि in F1 generation both the genes are get expressed. इसमें क्या हो रहा है, दोनों जीन्स इंडिपेंडेंटली एक्सप्रेस हो रहे हैं. सो इट इज अ केस ऑफ कोडोमिनेंस. ये क्या है? नाउ द थर्ड एग्जांपल अंडर कोडोमिनेंस इज कोट कलर इन कैटल, जो कि हम काउ के अंदर देखते हैं कि इन सम काउ वी सी द व्हाइट काउ हैविंग ब्लैक पैचेज और ब्लैक काउ हैविंग व्हाइट पैचेज. दिस इज एक्चुअली ड्यू टू द co-dominance of two genes, or co-dominance of two alleles, not genes, because color is a single character. So let us discuss it with as an example. Suppose it is a black color, black cow crossed with white bull. White bull, we may say. When this mating is done, here is female and it is male. Now what happens in majority of cases we found that in this case the calf which is produced after this mating is offspring having the calf है patches of both black and white. इसमें क्या होंगे, ब्लैक और व्हाइट के पैचेज होंगे, which shows that both the alleles are get expressed. Suppose अगर हम इसको एलील के फॉर्म में देखें, small b, then the genotype of calf would be capital B. Here there is no mixing of phenotypic characters. यहाँ पे the phenotypic characters are independently expressed. Both are expressed in case of neither one is dominating nor one is recessive. Here both characters are independently expressed, so it is a case of co-dominance. Means both the alleles are expressed. Both alleles, capital B and small b, expressed. यानी ब्लैक वाला भी एलील एक्टिव है और कैपिटल बी एलील इज ऑल्सो एक्टिव, इट इज ऑल्सो एक्सप्रेसिंग, प्रोड्यूसिंग इट्स प्रोटीन, and small allele or the recessive allele is also expressing itself. So a condition in which and they also are expressing their original color, because There is no any mixing of the color, no intermediate, only patches. And these patches are separate. Black patch is separate, white patch is exactly white as case of its bull parent, and black is also exactly black as compared to its parent. So here is no mixing, so it is a case of co-dominance. So co-dominance में हमें three important examples थे, blood group and coat color in cattle. These are examples of co-dominance.